What's up, investors? My name is Jacob Hasser with REIPrintMail, and today I'm here with Jake Martin, Senior Direct Marketing Coach. So Jake, tell us a little bit about the elements of a campaign and why is the quality of our mailing list so important?
Well, the quality of the mailing list is extremely important, and I honestly wish more people asked about it because it's probably the most important element of a campaign, who you're mailing to. You can kind of see the mail piece as like the bait, and then who you're mailing to as the pond that you're fishing in, right? Everyone knows that your fishing spot is extremely important. I wish more people knew that about the list. Everyone does it to an extent, but if you're not talking to someone like us, you're not going to know that in your market that an intrafamily transfer list would work better than a tax delinquent list, right? So really narrowing down your buy box and figuring out who's going to be the most likely to respond and getting the best bang for your buck is extremely important.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of the filters and criteria that go into this are super important, such as high years of ownership, maybe an absentee owner owns multiple properties. We want to make sure that there's some sort of level of motivation to sell, or we're targeting a distressed home or a distressed seller.
Yeah, so it's funny you bring up filters too, because there's really easy stuff to miss. One of my favorite filters that a lot of people overlook is the amount of properties owned by the owner, right? So you can pull a list in an area. I love that. This happens with land all the time. When I'm pulling a land list and I don't cap the amount of properties owned, what happens is someone might own 100 acres, but they've got it subdivided into all 1 acre lots. And I pull a list, and then John Smith owns all of those lots, so I dedupe it. I paid for the whole list of 1,000 people, and it gets narrowed down to like 200 people, and I've just wasted a bunch of money. So it's important to know what you're doing when you're pulling your list.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit more about when you're going and figuring out which data source to use in a particular market. What are you looking at? What are the elements that go into that?
Well, I'm trying to kind of keep my opinion out of it and really just look at our KPIs. So that's why REIPrintMail is fantastic, is we track most of what's going out the door. Whether it's word of mouth from our clients using our CRM with tracking phone numbers, or they're using our KPI tracking system, which is relatively new and it's super cool. If someone tells me, hey, I'm in Kansas City, I'm doing some wholesaling, I'm looking for single family homes, I'm going to ask around the office. If I don't personally have any clients there, I'm asking around the office. If anyone else has any big clients in Kansas City, the larger the sample size, the better. And I'm pulling up KPI reports, right? I'm figuring out exactly what's working, not only what mailers working, but also what data sourced.
Yeah, and I think you make a good point there too, because at REIPrintMail, it's really about the network and the systems that we have in place to, achieve success for our customers, right? And do what's right for them. So being able to walk down the hall and you have 12 other direct marketing coaches to help you out and kind of give you advice and recommendations for what they see working from market to market, I think is really beneficial for just the environment we're in. And essentially, at the end of the day, it overflows onto our customer success, and that's really where we see things working. So,
look at the reviews. When we tell you what's working, you're more likely to be successful, right?
That is correct. So, in terms of maintaining and cleaning a mailing list, what goes into that? How do you do that effectively?
That's easy to overlook because you can pull a list, you can get every filter right. You can, have your buy box figured out, everything I previously mentioned. But if you're not deduping it by property address, mailing address, and then another thing people miss, if you're using Excel, there's a don't convert filter. So if you're in the Northeast, you've got leading zeros on your zip code often. And if I get rid of those, you've screwed up your entire mailing list. And if you mail it out with a company that's not running through the CAS system and the National Change of Address system, you've wasted a bunch of money essentially, right? But let me dive in real quick to the deduping. Property address, when you dedupe it by property, you're making sure that if multiple people own a property, that you're not mailing to both of them. A little bit of a waste of money. It's not a bad idea, but still, you'd rather mail to more people that own one property. And then mailing address is probably the most important filter, right? You want to dedupe by mailing address almost every time. If someone owns 50 properties, I think we just covered this with the land. Someone owns 50 properties, I don't want to mail them 50 mailers. I want to mail them one mailer and hope we can talk about all 50 properties, right?
Absolutely.
So guys, if you want to figure out what's working best in your market in terms of mail piece selection, data selection, data source, really anything that's going to go into a direct mail campaign, book a call with one of us or any other coach for that matter. We all have the same data and talk to us. We'll analyze your market. We'll tell you exactly what's working. And we'll spill all the beans for you.
Like and subscribe, and make sure you check out some more of our informational content on YouTube.